Good morning, everybody. This is Samia. It's Thursday already. Unbelievable. This day I was thinking, or this morning, so, it's 8:03 already. I was thinking of adding to the Memoirs collection. And giving some history, family history. I want to write down a list of family medical history. I can get a chance to. But, I just want to know. So, my dad's family is from Virginia. For as long as, we could tell, I believe, that I saw at least one relative. I don't even know the names right now, but offhand, was it from his side or was it from my mom's side? Somebody was from Kentucky. Like, it was just like one person. Alright, let's look it up. Oh, let me charge my iPad too. I have not done anything. I barely remember going to sleep, but we did do poetry reading. We got a book club this like a week from today. Oh my gosh, this book. We were talking to someone else who was reading a book, and we looked at the bookmark, and we're like, "Oh, we're on page 40." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I read one poem like day one, and then we read a few the night before, like on Tuesday night. So I was like surprised. But there are not autographs. There are pictures. Oh, something is making my head swell. Like, oh goodness. All right, so my mom's family, like her mother, they weren't from Ohio. She was from Ohio, but her mother, I don't know what age, they moved with a bunch of children, my grandmother's parents, from the, oh my God, Cooper. Cooper and Copper. What is this author's name? Cooper or Copper? Because in the book, there's the Lloyd. This book, Ken, something, what does it say? I didn't want to bring the book of it. Rooted in Hope. We're talking about the Coppers and the Coopers and the Lloyds. Anyways, that was my grandma's mom, Cooper. Donnie Cooper. I have them coming from, and we knew they were coming from Georgia to Ohio. Raised their kids. And then their kids were pretty much born in Ohio. My dad's family pretty much stayed in Richmond. A couple, like literally, like one went to D.C. or whatever, and the D.C. Metro area, which that relative is still living and still there. So I talked to them Monday, I think. Yeah, no, Tuesday. So there's some small towns that are around Richmond that are home to some of our people and the properties. That I found out about a church, some Baptist church, and I forget the name of the city, where there's family property that I don't have any access to. This willed down property. So I said this the other day, my partner says that my dad must have he must have just said he didn't want to deal with this land. But that disrupts me and my brother, which disrupts our kids too. But I mean, you make a decision. If you have something willed to you that's supposed to be passed on from family, generation to generation, to your great grandkids and their families, you're taking out a huge chunk of an ability to be self-sufficient. And self-reliant. Even if we were able to do a rental or a farm rental or collateral. I don't know. I wouldn't want to lose it to collateral, but it could be counted as an asset at least for your self-worth, like valuation. That's, I don't know if this is a word, like, but your net worth, gross worth, financial worth. But it sucks. So just think about, like, if, like, when my ex-husband sold our land, that could have been my kids' too. And I always still call it my daughter's house, and I regret every minute of, like, I pretty much regret that whole marriage except for the creation of my children, and I'm forever grateful, but I'm mad. Like, so, family, you got blood, you got people by marriage, people by not marriage, people by sharing children, and all these scenarios. But when your family, especially black folks, acquired some properties so many dozens or hundreds of years ago, and was supposed to pass it down the family line, I have not been able to acquire any property since my ex sold my property. I think he owes me. I think he owes me for the price. At least he sold it for even less than I bought it in cash. He didn't contribute a penny to my property. Not a dime. That I don't know. Guys, I had a deed in hand. He was able to go and give his friend the deed in exchange for $5,000 for my 3 acres with a very good house on it. That house had a few areas that needed to be fixed, but it was a wooden floor, wooden flat wall with a plaster and wood paneling over that, and just not a mansion, not a normal modern house from this year, but that's why it was made with real wood, guys. Come on. That's why it was not made of particle wood and all this. It had a real gas stove and a real gas heater, and could totally had a hand well. It's totally off grid. If you could off grid so easily on that property because it was already set up for that. It already had electric on it. It already had phone lines running to it. It already had cable TV running to it, and it had an additional well, and it had 2 lines for the septic. It had the black water and the gray water septic already in place. I just want to cry, guys. Neighbor used to call because our one septic was pretty much not much. It was just a puddle that would go down the hill, and she'd be like, "You need to stop washing clothes. You need to take a break. Let that water settle." Like, you calling me, always telling me, like, I mean, she's probably right. Like, she's nosy, seeing my soapy water going down the hill as I wash some baby diapers. Come on. But some people have that going in their backyards. Their neighbors are seeing everything. Our water pump house had a light on, so every time the pump came on, the light would come on. And we turned that off real fast as nosy neighbors, but it's a good idea. And it was incandescent light, so it was inside. It was outside. I don't know if there was. I think people have one inside their pump houses, 100-watt bulbs to keep it warm enough to not freeze near the water pipes. But it's not easy to find those. So let's get on now. Family search. I am like a mess today. I don't even care about anything that, that's a lie. So, but when I start to say I don't care and I just feel so, you all know that I'm feeling. Speaking of, it's been 10 minutes. I gotta go get my tea. I don't know anything else after what I just told you. My family history doesn't go back that far, but let's see what I can get. Let's see. They changed my website. They got a blended family here. There's Mormons have a multi-ethnic family or multiracial family. The one thing that's difficult I found. I missed the roots tech, by the way. It was like last week. I'm kicking myself. I have appointments this week and next week. I've put tentative appointments and I don't even know. I might have to do some authorizations, which I never had to do before for my insurance, or I did and I was clueless, because I could try to go do it all for my patients, and I'll click on the links and it will not let me in. And I can call the number and they say, you don't need an auth. What billing code are you using? I'm using these 2 billing codes. Plus, on the follow-up, I'm using these 2 billing codes. Most likely, if it changes, I'll call you back and say, you don't need an auth for those billing codes. I don't need an auth for those billing codes. Then why, when you tell me that, then I go and see the patient, do 10 hours of work outside the visit, faxing stuff for them, uploading this, getting their 10 years worth of medical review done on my own time, and then I send the claim and they don't pay a penny. It's like, what does it say? The billing code not accepted, auth not accepted, provider not payable because of the letters behind your name. So I have actually got to make some phone calls and fix that. I'm getting ready to do some more admin because I only have a couple appointments, like 5 appointments this month. So what I'm going to do is do those and get caught up. And I can't barely breathe right now. I went to different appointments. I stood in line behind someone at the pharmacy that had a bunch of perfume on, and I was trying to get my partner to switch spots with me. Like, he was standing like so far back at the pharmacy that I'm like, it doesn't look like you're in line. People are just going to cut you. They already cut you the first time we were there. Like, we just stood there and watched all these people get helped, and we're still standing there like, I wanted to be like, excuse me, we were here first. Like, when we showed up, we were the only ones there. And then all of a sudden, there's like 10 people in line, and they started going through those people and not us. Like, hello, like, you didn't even ask if we've been helped. Like, it was so annoying. We were there for like an hour and 15 minutes. And the medication was one medication. That was 30 pills, 30 tablets, 30 capsules, I mean. It's like, but I'm slow and stuff, but I don't like to have people show, look at this person, buy and see this grapes. I don't get it. When I see someone buying CS grapes, and I just can't let it slide. Oh, this is on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, I put up a New York Post about the toxins in the Quaker Oats. What was the other one? Cheerios or some kind of cereal. And I got a warning and a message warning me of misinformation. I'm like, of all the stuff that I see on Facebook and all of the racist stuff and the stuff where people are violating and they're straight out calling out people because of their nationality, their race, their ethnicity, culture, sexual orientation, and Facebook says they're not in any violation. But then I put up an article by a reputable place, and they have this long explanation about the whole article and why it's inaccurate information, that they put a warning up for my people on my professional page. So the article, some areas, they're like, you can't say that 90% of Americans have this because they only did a study of 89 people. I was like, you took the time out to scrutinize this article, but people are blatantly trolls, racists, what's the other one? Catfishing, people doing fake accounts. People are having their accounts hijacked, they're having accounts duplicated, and Facebook is like, no, we believe that this is not a fake account. Like, it's not a fake account, they duplicated. They just opened theirs last week, and the other person opened theirs in 2004, and they stole all their pictures of their kids, and they're trying to get people to send them money, and they're trying to date these people, like, and all their friends are from Nigeria, and that's how, now I sound culturally insensitive, but you have the people that have some certain businesses coming out of there that will not get in trouble because the U.S. is not really able to go after them, the U.S. government. So I'm really mad because I've been one time when someone was putting really racist, like in groups where I'm a local member of, one time Facebook, I think, agreed with me out of like 20 times. Like, you can't just be like these illegals here taking up your jobs and that, like, people that live right down the street from me, like, and they'll go more into detail about their hatred and, get rid of these people, punish, hurt these people. Like, it's just hate. It's hate, bullying, and hate, and it's against the rules. And then Facebook is saying they're not violating any rule. And it's like, those people are ignorant. They get away with it. They influence others because they're in some job where they're making money and able to buy property. And then they have the audacity to tell me that I'm wrong. I'm in the wrong. When I'm sick, the people like that they're talking about in a hateful, bullying, harassing, illegal way is, and our kids and our nieces and nephews are looking at this stuff, and it's like, and unacceptable. It's unacceptable. This is a community group. This is a town community group. It's not set up by the town. And sometimes it is. When they talk about certain jobs, economic development, sometimes it is set up by the local government. Facebook can't let that kind of hate speech go on there. I mean, they can do what they want, but they can't put that as a policy. And then some people, if they're going to be in some kind of club where they're going to exclude people that look like me and they hate people like me, to each their own. But in a community group, where we're all welcome because we are members of this community, that's a whole nother story. So that's why I'm talking about my family, because this website is getting really difficult to use. Let's see, I need to go get my cheese still. So if I click on the tree, it usually takes me nowhere, but usually I have a prompt or a drop down menu for tree. But why do I see friends, hints? Like, I don't want friends and hints. I want my family tree. So let me stretch it. I don't want friends and hints. Okay, it's because it was invisible. Alright, so let's go to tree. And then we're going to go to my grandmother, which that's how my dad made us have to call her by instead of grandma. Grammy. Alright, so this roots tech ad is bothering me. So let's shut that down. It's just taking up half the page. I have a mother-in-law who's Native American, but she was adopted, so it reflects her as white. That's annoying. Okay, so let's click on Arlene. So her initials are actually ABC, and then they added a B to that. So let's see if I can find any documents, any original documents. I'm done. I woke up this morning, put some water on. I'm ready to be back in bed. I'm done. I'm incapable. I'm feeling so sick. Like, it's unbelievable how sick I feel. So she died when I was 9-ish or 8. So I must have been 3rd grade because I missed a couple of weeks of school when that happened, which I clearly remember. So I see that she was in Richmond, Independence City. It says in 1930. Amazing. So let's see if I can actually, sometimes you can find, here we go, sources. Oh, I call it microfiche. Let's do a detailed view. So there's a bunch of volunteers putting this information. So like this lady, Sarah Vanderberg, whoever that is, has put in my grandmother's name spelled. Everyone's spelling it wrong, basically. Here's me putting her name on here, I guess, M dot 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 8650. So most of these people have done her name. Oh, this one's someone named Malula spelled it right. Someone named Sarah Simpson spelled it right. This looks like me, but the first two are incorrectly spelled. Let's edit it. I don't think it's going to let me edit it. Let's see if it lets me. I feel paranoid. I don't feel like doing that right now because I'm not focusing. I'm trying to see if I can see the original document. So sometimes there's image available, and this is definitely spelled wrong. Oh, it just popped up as my family tree. What? Ugh. I have such struggle. It's like, this is not user-friendly to me unless it's just me. Like, when you see sources of information. So now I've completely lost. It has like these little things that look like a piece of paper with the front corner pulled down with a person on it. So in my mind is imagining that to be a document, but it's not a document. So there is index information. So that's for a detailed view. Oh, here we go, finally. Woo! It's over my head, guys. Okay. 3 years old. Name is spelled wrong. 11 months. Single black, daughter of the head of the house in the 1920 Chesterfield census. Alright, so we're gonna click on it. Alright. Let's see what we can find out, guys. Alright. Sometimes it's sad. Alright, it's taking a while. Alright, so I'm going to be careful. It's one big handwritten 14th census of the U.S. population. Department of Commerce. It's still Department of Commerce. So let's see if I could puff it up. I'm not able to puff it up. Oh, shoot. Oh, here we go. My computer's super slow. So she is, I don't know why her name is spelled wrong. I have a feeling that, this is my interpretation. My computer is messed up, so I'm not able to zoom properly. I have a feeling that the white people came by and did the census. Maybe they had someone black doing it, but yeah, here it is. And they wrote, I don't think this isn't even the same person. There's a different Arlene, and their last name is Jones. This one is saying Coles. This is not the same. This is not the same. This is not the same person. Wait. Let me find Coles. I feel like somebody came to your door, whatever, did the census, and did oral spelling of the name. This isn't even. This is not right. This is not even the same family. What the heck these people talking about? Yeah, this is. Unless I have the wrong page, this is not. Is this child on here? Is it 14? What am I missing here? So I see Johnson. What did I see? Coles. I don't see any Coles on this page. I see Baggett, Sills. Can't read that one. Smith, Washington. I don't see any Coles. Warren, Johnson, Watkins, Bobbitt. Alright, so what's the point of this? Like, this is the point. Let's turn to another page. Let's see which one is hers. Gertrude, Dorothy, Violet. This others on the record. Violet is definitely my great aunt. So whoever else is on this record when I actually find the right page is the right people. This is definitely the right people. But there's an Arlene on this one that's got it as Jones. Yola. That looks nothing like Cole's. And there's a Marion, Eunice, Arlene, spelled differently than my grandma, Hugh, Bernard, and Eula. This is bravo to the people who wrote this book, Kid, because this is driving me crazy. I don't even know. Like, everything's so frozen right now. So I just switched it out and it changed everything to Grace Holmes and Cora. So that's no good. That's no good to me. That's nothing. Alright, so let's go back to the family tree. Let's try one more thing and then it's going to be tea time. Alright, so this is a headache I've been going through for the last 2 years. Trying to pull together my genealogy, taking pictures, downloading stuff, saving stuff, adding to it. Any of the other sites, Ancestry and all that, they got a bunch of payments. Let's go to, what is the kit that I got? It's not Ancestry, it's not, 1, 2, 3, or whatever. What is the one, oh my gosh, I can't remember. Type of DNA kit. It's not 23andMe. It's not My Heritage. There we go. There we go. My Heritage. People keep saying, what kit did you use? I was like, not Ancestry, I tell you that. I can't remember. It's like the one that from the Europe that supposedly that's not going to use all of our DNA for weird stuff. I got to call the people about my taxes, so I'll come back to you potentially tomorrow. I'll get on here. What I'm going to do, what I would like to do is get on here and ask them, because I got to make a phone call right now. What I'm going to do is get on there and look for some information about my ancestors and how I can see some current people. So here's the problem. If you have not paid for an account, I have someone on my mom's side, someone in my generation who's got an account with a bunch of names, and I asked to join that family or something, and I could see some stuff. But I think for the free account, even though you paid for the test kit, I didn't pay for a subscription or a trial, I will end up with what I read, the fine print, a maximum number of names that I can be connected to, and then it maxes out. So if I join 2 family groups, which I think I tried to do one for my mom's side, that potentially would make it so I can't add names like my kids or, my brother, like his kids, because that stuff would be non-visible unless, I don't know how to make it visible. It's non-visible for people that are living unless somehow they give permission. I don't know what, but it's going to be the people that are deceased, which when I had my Aunt Geraldine just died, I guess a year ago, I wouldn't be able to mark as deceased in these different sites. People could see it, but if I don't have them marked as deceased, I would see them, and I don't know who else could see them. Like, the general public potentially could be like, hey, I'm related to the blah, blah, blahs. Like, I don't know. Because I found all of these websites complicated. I've gone to the library locally to do Ancestry. You can do it through your library, at least you could. And then I don't know which libraries. I had gone down a rabbit hole. I got a lot of non-information. They had a big menu. I believe that they had enslaved persons documents. You can access it from home. You cannot access it through your device from home, which would have been awesome. So you have to sit there, and then you get a limited amount of time on the computers, basically. So I think that we should. I've gone over there once to do it, and I think I had some paper and stuff with me. So because you can open the account there, but I don't think my account that I made from home, that free Ancestry account, I don't even think it's associated with the one there, because I can't remember. So I do have a notebook I was going to bring to you guys, but I got to make this phone call. So I'll come back. I'm gonna turn this off so I can make this phone call at my tea time, and then I won't have much time after that. Bye, guys.